Our first honoree comes to us from Disneyland and had the privilege of working with Walt himself. Let's take a look.
I'd like to introduce Miss Julie Reihm, who has been chosen as Disneyland's official ambassador this anniversary year.
How do you do?
For many decades, Disney ambassadors have traveled far and wide, attending special events, supporting charitable causes, and spreading goodwill. But the long tradition began with a single individual, Julie Reihm Casaletto. Born in Texas, Julie moved with her family to Long Beach, California. During college, she began working as a tour guide at Disneyland and developed a lasting love and pride for the park and what it represented.
I didn't consider it a job. It was just a great deal of fun.
After 2 years as a tour guide, Julie was encouraged to apply for a new role, that of Disneyland Ambassador to the world.
I had the very grand privilege of representing Disneyland and the Disney organization.
In 1965, the need arose for a special person who could travel around the world to represent the company and the theme park when Walt wasn't personally available to do it himself. Julie was the ideal choice. As Disneyland's first ambassador, Julie spread the spirit of friendliness and happiness wherever she went.
And I see you're ready now to take off.
Yes, Walt. I'm looking forward to meeting some of you personally.
Traveling extensively across the United States and through Europe and Asia, she often accepted awards and honors on behalf of Walt and got to see Walt's famous sense of humor up close.
Then he'll be audio animatronic.
Audio animatronic, that's right. She's sharp.
Walt looked at the script, he gave me the script, I looked at the script, and he said, "Let's go scriptless." I said, "Okay, let's do it." So that's what we did.
Well, now you got into this mess by going down a waterfall. Now, how would you suppose to get him out of it?
By going up the waterfall.
That's right. Anything's possible at Disneyland.
It's always good to come home. And this is a part of my life and my family, and I consider this home.
We want to say thank you
for giving birth to something absolutely magical.
For showing us all how to carry the friendly spirit of Disney around the world.
For being the embodiment of all the happiness our company represents.
Mahalo, Julie. 多谢你 Julie. 谢谢 Julie. Thank you from every one of us.
for bringing to life the kind of magical dream that can bloom from one brilliant speck of pixie dust.
Just as Walt relished in seeing the delight of his guests at the park, we're equally delighted today to be honoring the woman who set the standard for all the incredible Disney ambassadors that have followed in her footsteps. And that is a high bar indeed. So please welcome Julie Reihm Casaletto. Julie.
It's great to be with you today at D23. This is truly exciting. I must admit though, when I first learned about this, I was greatly humbled, and after seeing all that we have on the screens, I'm still greatly humbled to be among those who are currently Disney legends, and those of us, of course, becoming Disney legends. You will not be surprised when I tell you, though, the greatest honor was to get to know the man, Walt Disney. "53 years ago, I came out to Disneyland because I wanted to have a summertime job. I was thrilled to become a tour guide and to become a cast member of Disneyland. Every time I would come to work, to me it wasn't work at all. It was fun. Today, when I come to Disneyland or any of the parks, again, it's so much fun. 50 years ago, I sat across the desk from Walt Disney in his office in Burbank. He wanted to know if he could help me to accomplish certain goals that I had in life. I was intrigued. I wanted to know how he was going to go about doing that. He asked me, would you be the Disneyland Ambassador? Would you travel worldwide for me, for the Disney company, for Disneyland, for my family, my wife, my daughters, representing us? Wow, it was a tall order. And I knew it was like an e-ticket ride, and I was off and going. I visited heads of states, crown princes. I visited Walt's godchildren down in Mexico City. And I went along with Walt, his wife Lily, and his daughters Diane and Sharon back to the 1965 World's Fair to open Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. It was brand new back then, and I had never seen it. So Walt invited me to go into the theater, just he and I, this big theater. We sat there and we watched the performance. I was so touched. By the end of the show, I must admit I had tears, and my heart was beating with patriotic pride. Walt was thrilled. It was just the reaction he wanted. So he knew, bingo, he had made it. Those were the kinds of experiences I had during that time. They were grand. Since that day in his office, my life has continued to be filled with pixie dust and magic. Here on this stage, the sensations, the tingle that goes from my head to my foot, let me know how wonderful all of this is. Somewhere I know Walt is looking down. He's smiling, that impish smile that he had. And his eyes are like the eyes of a boy as they twinkle with excitement. And I know he is pleased, he is proud to see that Disneyland and the Walt Disney Company, the Disney Company today, continue to spread the happiness and the magic throughout this world for children of all ages. Today, I would like to say thank you to Walt, to the Disney Company, and to all of you Disney fans. Thank you for your recognition for my Disney years. Thank you for honoring me with this very prestigious award as a Disney legend. It's magic.